Good morning. It's Saturday, February 20th, 2021, and welcome to episode 19 of Dinner from the Dining Car. Now, up until now, we've done a lot of dinners. Today, we're going to be making a dessert. We're going to make the Katy peach cobbler. The recipe's pretty simple, but it does have one curveball, which I'll get to in a minute. What you're going to need for this recipe is sugar, flour, baking powder, almond extract, and of course, in the bag here, peaches. Now, the peaches you can use, if you like yellow peaches, which is what we have here, you can use those. If you like white peaches, well, some people do, you can use those. If you can't get peaches where you are this time of year, blueberries or blackberries would work just as well in this. And there's a whole lot less cutting. Anyway, and the last thing this requires is the curveball, tapioca. Now, the tapioca has to be prepared. You have to cook the tapioca first, and it in itself is a bit of a process. You're going to need an egg, you're going to need milk, you're going to need the tapioca, and you're going to need sugar. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to be cooking this off camera, although I don't know, I may, well, because it has to be mixed in a saucepan, then you have to let it wait 5 minutes, then you have to bring it to a boil. Basically, yeah, you have to put the egg and the milk in a medium saucepan, mix them up, blend them well, put in your sugar and your tapioca, let it stand for 5 minutes, then bring it to a boil on medium heat, stirring it constantly or it'll burn, and then you remove it from the heat and you let it cool. Then after it starts cooling, 20 minutes later, you have to stir it. So we're only going to use a couple of tablespoons of this in the cobbler recipe. The rest, hey, we're just going to have tapioca pudding as a side. One final thing that the recipe needs, and I forgot to mention, for the cobbler is a stick of butter. You are going to need that. Anyway, that's that. I guess we'll be back a little bit later after the tapioca is cooked, and then we'll put get the cobbler together and put it in the oven. We'll see y'all then. Hey folks, I'm back. We're going to get started now. We have cut and sliced relatively thin 3 peaches. Each peach, medium peach, will give you just about a cup of peaches, so 3 of them worked out just fantastic. First thing we need to do is get the butter into the pan we're going to be cooking it in and melt the butter. Now, we're using, to cook this in, a Corningware casserole dish, because it's one of the few non-metal pans I have where you can kick the temperature up high. This is going to bake in the oven at 400 degrees, so you may as well start preheating your oven when you get ready to do this. Meanwhile, ouch, stick of butter into your pan. That to melt the butter, we're going to go over to the microwave and melt that while we're making everything else. Okay, first you need to make your batter. Now the batter is measuring cups. Your batter is half a cup of flour, half a cup of sugar. That, what you're hearing is the microwave saying, hey, the butter's melted. Half a cup of sugar. Half a cup of milk, which I need to get out of the fridge. How's our butter? Thoroughly melted. Excellent. Half a cup of milk into the batter. Okay, here's your cow juice and a teaspoon and a quarter of baking powder. By the way, the tapioca is already cooked, and if you decide to use real tapioca and cook it yourself, the shelf life on the stuff is insane. We just bought it at the store yesterday, and it expires in April of 2023. So this, by the way, came out fabulous. So you'll be able to make yourself a whole lot of really nice, yummy tapioca pudding. Anyway, you're going to whisk all of this together until it forms a nice batter. Now, it doesn't look like it makes much, but then again, this recipe doesn't call for much, so we're going to let that sit for a minute. And then, now you add another half cup of sugar. Which is over here, into a separate bowl. You're going to add your peaches. Get out of there. You're going to add a quarter of a teaspoon of almond extract. Shoot. I just bought this yesterday and have to open it, so. Okay. There's your almond extract. Be careful that comes out of the jar real fast. And to that, and it smells really good, here is your cooked tapioca. This tastes fabulous. Just, it's the Minute brand tapioca cooked according to the directions. And it's a bit of a snot to cook because you have to babysit it. there's the oven saying it's hot enough. And you add 2 tablespoons of this to the peaches. Rinse your hands really well, because you're going to dive into this bowl and just mix this all together. All the sugar, all the peaches. You're just going to get this all mixed in so it looks a little gruesome and it sticks to your fingers. But really, there's no other way to do this other than by hand. That way you make sure all your peaches are coated with this yummy, wonderful smelling mixture. If you people could, boy, if this camera could capture smells, oh, these peaches smell fabulous. All right, now that those are mixed, and if you happen to break a couple of thin slices of peach, that's okay. Wash your hands. Ouch. Here's where the fun begins. Now, you've got your pan with the melted butter in it. You're going to pour your batter, now that it's thickened up just a bit, on top of that butter. Stir that up in the butter. Make sure that's all yummy. Yes. I'm using the wrong tool here. I should have a spatula to do this, which I have right over here. I got it out and put it over there where I didn't need it. Okay. Now that you have that, you're going to take your peaches, which are, oh, Judy, you should smell these peaches. You're going to pour these peaches in there like that, so they kind of rest on the top and around the batter. Oh my Lord, this is going to be yummy. Oh yeah, this pan worked out perfect. Just kind of spread the peaches around so they're even. Now, as this cooks, this is going to cook at 400 degrees. Oh, that's tasty. For 35 to 40 minutes. As it's cooking, the batter is going to rise. Oh man, that's good. Is going to rise and go through the peaches and kind of bubble around on the top. So, anyway, that's it for now. We're going to get this bad boy in the oven, and we'll be back in about 35 to 45 minutes. Okay, everybody. The timer just went off. Let's get this thing, oh, it smells so good in here. Let's get this thing out of the oven and you can see what we got. Oh my goodness, that is so gorgeous. Oh dear Lord, look at this. I'm gonna hold the camera, sorry folks, so you can see this. Look at that. That is a fully done, fully cooked, absolutely gorgeous peach cobbler. I just hope it tastes as good as it looks. And I don't know if you can see it, but it just came out of the oven. It's still bubbling and gurgling. And we'll just let it cool for several minutes. And then we're going to dig in and eat some. sitting here right in front of it, and it is just absolutely flippin' fabulous. Oh, I can't wait to dig into this. Anyway, there you go. There you have it. Katy's, the MKT, Katy's Peach Cobbler. Now we're going to serve this with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of it. Extra yummy. Anyway, if this will be posted in a while, and I'll have the recipe all written out, including making the tapioca from scratch. None of this. There's no canned anything in here. This is just amazing, and it's, so gorgeous. Anyway, that's it, folks. Hope y'all have a great day. If you decide to make this, you're in for a treat. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.